Hey everybody, welcome back. In this week's episode, we are doing a speed build on the Lavender house. Now, depending on when I get this video posted, it could be before or after the next Legacy Let's Play. So if it's before it, this is their new house and this is how I built it. If it's after it, then this is the behind the scenes of the house that you saw and how I got it to be remade. My goal for it was to make a new house for them, mainly because when I initially started, of course, Skylar didn't have any money. We started with 0 simoleons, so I just sort of built a square that got a little and little bigger each time, depending on how much money she made or what we could find and sell. And when her and Elaine got engaged and moved into the same household together, they had their combined income from mostly Elaine and a little bit from Skylar to have a bigger house, which is the house that they currently are living in or were living in. And I tried to keep it within the means that they had, so it was very empty as far as there was no decorations on the wall. Really, they had their basic necessities that they needed to kind of progress in gameplay or have a place to sleep, but it really wasn't. It was much like any person when they move into their new house and they just don't have a lot of things. When you're young and you get married and stuff, you don't have a lot of stuff. So that's pretty much how their house was. Now, between Skylar's funds coming from her tech guru career and Elaine's begonias making us tons of money, we were able to give them a house that is renovated. So I used the same floor plan as before. Initially, I demolished it, and then I decided, you know what? Let's be true to reality a little bit, and we'll give them a renovated house. So we repainted the outside, we repainted the walls, we gave them new furniture and stuff like that. That's more realistic to how, if you came into a lot of money and were trying to redo your house, you wouldn't demolish the house and rebuild the entire thing. You'd be more likely to renovate what you have. So I'm trying to stick along the lines of they're not rich, but they have come into more money so they can revamp their house. So after bulldozing it, I was like, that's a bad idea. And I put the house back, but to do that, I had to pull the house back out of the gallery and kind of edit it a little bit. So I instantly regretted bulldozing it after I had done it because I couldn't undo what I had done. It wouldn't let me go and undo it. So anyway, I made it work, and I put up different windows as well. So I figured if you were redoing your house, that is something that you would do. You would redo your windows. Now we went from lots and lots of, full wall type windows to more, I don't know what to call this, country home or suburban home, something like that. But we went to a more framed window that fit the front door. The front door is really like what I had in my mind for how the house should look, and that's kind of where I went with that. And then I just redid the inside. The bathroom, I still went with my favorite bathroom. I just couldn't help myself. It's not my favorite, but I'm just really into the black bathroom right now, and I'm not sure why. I have never, in all the times that I've played The Sims, used the black toilet or the black shower. Like, I don't usually use that, but in this go around I wanted to use the black, and so I kept it. But I did add more things to the bathroom decorations wise. I put more stuff on the wall and just made it more lived in. And as you can see, like, I pull a lot of things from these pre-made rooms. You may or may not do this, but it's something that I do. I use the pre-made rooms a lot. When I first started playing The Sims 4, I'd played The Sims 2 for years and years. But when I first started playing The Sims 4, it was new and I didn't really like it. I mean, it was The Sims. It's not really that different over the years, honestly, but it was different and I wasn't sure where everything was, but the pre-made rooms made it easy to find things that I was looking for. It also gave me inspiration for what I wanted to build. And so in all honesty, when I first started playing The Sims, if it didn't have a house on the lot and I was building a house, or if I demolished it and I was just building a new house, I would take those pre-made rooms and just plop them. So their house would be shaped based on how those rooms sort of plopped together, and I would arrange them, like turn them around so that they would have the doors line up the way they were supposed to, and the windows are where they needed to be. And so some of these houses were quite ugly or didn't make sense. They were very hard to roof, but I made it work. And they were not pretty, and they were very expensive because I'm using these pre-made rooms that has a lot of expensive items in it. They're not cheap. And so I learned since then to kind of make a shell and kind of work with it. But because I know where certain items are based on what room they're in, as far as the pre-made room, I utilize the pre-made rooms a lot to pull items from or to pull inspiration from. If I wanted to go with a black bathroom or something like that, I would pull them all from my favorite pre-made bathroom. Now, that's not to say I don't utilize the other ways of building, like just going into the categories and picking things. I do that too, but you'll find if you watch my builds, that's just something that I do a lot of, is go through those pre-made rooms. So if you're someone who uses those a lot, you're not alone. I do it too, but if I'm the only one, well, that's all right. It's the hill I'll die on. It's okay. In the beginning of this, I saved the birth certificates, the marriage certificates, the chickens, the begonias, because our begonias are making us quite a bit of money, and stuff like that. So I saved those items and then demolished everything. And then somewhere along the way, like I still put the chickens in, like I still had them. I still had the chicken coop. I had the begonias and the flower beds, but for some reason the birth certificates and the marriage certificate just disappeared. I don't know what happened to them, but I kept trying to go into my inventory to put them on the walls and they were gone. So I'm not sure what happened. What I'll probably do is go into debug later and see if I can find those to just put back on the wall. If I can't find them, then they're lost forever. I don't know. I'm not really sure what happened to them. I was a little sad because I wanted to be able to keep that stuff and kind of just keep adding those kinds of things moving forward into each generation. But alas, they are gone. So, but I was talking to my mother-in-law recently. We've talked about this before, but I was talking to her recently about how much we would like it if the Sims 4, Sims 2, really Sims in general, had an online play together option. So other games that I like to play are things like Left 4 Dead, Lethal Company, Phasmophobia, and I could go on, but those are just a couple that I like. And you can, you go into a lobby with your friends, and then you either go on a mission, go on a hunt, go on a whatever together. And something about that camaraderie and the talking and then going off of each other, like I enjoy that, and it makes me laugh, and it's so much fun to just play with my friends and laugh and have a good time. Don't get me wrong, I'm a very introverted person, but there's the very slim few I like to be social with. And what I was talking with her about is that I think it would be really, really cool if we could have a way that you could easily play online with your friends in The Sims and play a household together. It be, you still have your normal Sims in that it is very one player. You build all you want, you make your worlds, you play your stories, you do whatever it is that you like to do in The Sims normally. But then you could also go into a world like you would Sulani or Henford on Bagley. And there's this world that's the online world, but not online to everybody. Don't get it confused, okay? I don't like people that much. But you could go in and maybe it has like a lobby, and then you can make a code and you could share your code with whoever you want, and you could play online specifically with the people who join your lobby or you join their lobby. And that if you wanted to share your lobby with everybody, you could, but you could also make it a private lobby to where people can come in and play and build, and you could make it essentially online and play families or play one family or whatever you wanted to do the same way that you do on your own, but collaboratively with your friends. I think that would be a lot of fun. I know there are a couple mods out there to do that with The Sims 4, and I looked into it, and it was more complicated than I was willing to think about right now. I understand in the Sims community, a lot of people don't like the idea of playing with other people because they just want to escape reality for a while and do their own thing within The Sims, and I get that too. I do it all the time. Clearly, I love to play The Sims, but if, say in The Sims 5, if they continued on like they have, where each generation of The Sims, and I say generation as in Sims 1, Sims 2, Sims 3, Sims 4, have all progressed upon each other with, learning from what works and doesn't work. Now, I know everyone has their opinions on EA, and I'm not going to go into it, but I see, just looking at it from a logistical standpoint and looking at the game, each version of the game is building upon the last one. Do they always listen to their community and what the simmers actually want? Maybe not. Again, it's not for me to say. I'm not really going into that, but just seeing the progression of each game. If they made The Sims 5 and it was the next progression from The Sims 4, but with the ability to also, if you wanted, play online with your friends. Do I think it should be the sole purpose of Sims 5, that it's an online open world GTA 5, 6, whatever it is, that style? No, I don't necessarily think that, but I think that it would be cool to be able to build and have a Sims family with your friends or your family. I just think it would be a lot of fun to do that together if it could be an option. I am not a game developer. I do not know the logistics of that or how it would work, but I think it would be really cool to be able to do that. Would it ever happen? I don't know. I may not get lucky enough in my lifetime for it to actually work out that way, but if it doesn't, then I'll just enjoy other online games with my friends and family as I do now, and just sharing my content and, sharing with my mother-in-law. We talk about our Sims, and when she comes over, I show her stuff. And when I go over, she shows me stuff, and we play on each other's computers, and that's fun too. That's always an option as well, but it would be cool to be able to go online and play together in that kind of way. But again, that might be an unpopular opinion, so don't come after me for my opinion on it. It's just what I think would be fun. Everybody's gameplay is different. And speaking of gameplay, I really want to play or start recording me playing other games. I play The Sims a lot, but it's not all I play. I play other games too, and I think it would be fun to incorporate some of what else I play. I just haven't had time to record that. So hopefully it will be more than The Sims. If there's anything that you guys would like to see, other, even if it's The Sims, but if there's any other games that you would like to see, then let me know. And of course, I'll try to play those as well and incorporate those. I have an eclectic choosing of games that I like to play. So, and I'm always open to trying different ones and stuff like that. Skyrim has been something that I've been seeing a lot of lately, and I absolutely love that game, and I play it all the time. But with everyone else playing it right now, or at least, doing videos of it, I don't know that I will, just because I don't know that I want to add to the pile that is already there. But maybe, I might, go ahead and play and throw out some videos on it too, if you guys would want to see that. But anyway, so as we get back to the build, which is the whole reason that you're here, I'm getting towards the end. I'm putting on the final touches. I will say that I cheated a little bit, and I gave them some extra simoleons at the end, because I realized I got down to 44 simoleons and I didn't have enough to complete the build with the computer, because she's missing her computer. So that was important. So I gave him a little bit of extra simoleons, which isn't a huge deal breaker. Gave him some extra, gave him the rest of it. I really wanted this to be a good build for them, so I gave them a couple extra. Once I finished up, I reduced the simoleons down to 44 simoleons, which is where they ended. So I didn't cheat too much. I tried to avoid it, but I couldn't go without her computer. So I will load into the game and go ahead and show y'all the house. Again, you may or may not have seen this in another episode. It just depends on when this one comes out, when the next Legacy Let's Play comes out. Just deal with me on it. But we'll pop into the game and I'll show you around, and then that'll be it. But here we go. Here we are at, ignore the lighting change and stuff. It's later in the day. But anyway, so this is the house. Sassy is going to show us around. I decided not to do it with the actual characters on the lot, because I am afraid that with them, if I accidentally play any of it, something's going to happen. So I'm just, so we have Sassy Sasquatch here to kind of give us a tour of the house. So right now it's winter or spring, possibly. It looks like spring, and it's cold and snowing. So the plants are dead. Just bear with me on that one. But anyways, so we have, oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So I'll do it with the walls kind of up so you can see a little bit, but I'm going to do partial wall up. So we've got the parents' room here. So Skylar and Elaine's room. We have the kids' room here. So right now Ruben is a toddler or an infant. I think he's an infant. And so, yeah, that makes sense. Duh. He is an infant. So he is in the crib. And then we have Susan's bed. She's going to be up there. And when he ages up and is in the next stage, the toddler bed will fit under here, and later a regular bed will fit under here. So it's going to be perfect. But I have a feeling that Susan will, by the time he's like really established into a bed, she's going to be ready to start like going to college and moving out. So we'll see how that goes. From there, we have the living room. And you can't really see it. There we go. With the living room, we've got this bookshelf and the TV. I went with a different TV this time. We have a chair in the corner and the couch. Then across the way, we have their dining space, and they can come obviously eat meals here. And there's 4 chairs, so there's plenty of room. And then in the future, if there were some by chance we needed more, we have enough space on either side to add a couple additional chairs. In the kitchen, we have the stove and sink and just your normal kitchen stuff. Nothing superbly fancy. And then I went with this umbrella by the door. There's plenty. I tried to get as many pictures on the wall as I could. I'm hoping to add family portraits and stuff like that as well. And then outside, we still have Susan's chess table, so that she can gain that skill while she's still a kid, and that's something that she enjoys doing. We've got the begonias that are really making us quite a bit of change. And we have the chicken coop here for our chickens. Oh, and then lastly would be, I could have gone over it before, but we've got the bathroom here. I went and stuck with the black and white theme on that one. I'm pretty sure this is a different sink though than before. But I think it turned out really nice. It's super cute. It's still the same floor plan as they had before, as you know, but it's, more lived in. There's clutter, there's things on the walls and stuff like that. So it's a little more lived in than before. And I took the time versus before where I just sort of rushed to get them an actual house other than like a cubicle. So hopefully they enjoy it, and hopefully they live long enough to enjoy it. Or at least Skylar and Elaine. That sounds so morbid, but they will eventually age into seniors fairly quickly around here. And then we're going to be moving into the next generation, and that generation is going to have babies and so on and so on and so on. So we'll see. It's exciting. But if, like I said, if you haven't already seen this in a previous episode, this is their new home. I think it turned out really cute and fun. Hopefully they enjoy it. I don't know. But I really appreciate you so much for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.